What's up, guys? Welcome to Easy HVAC, where we talk about all things HVAC and the importance of HVAC maintenance. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to properly check a capacitor. I know there's tons of videos on YouTube on how to properly check a capacitor, but I thought I'd just go ahead and show you guys how to do it. There's never, you'll learn something new from this video that you haven't seen from others. So we have the power disconnected. There's the disconnect, and then we see we have it disconnected. So we should have no incoming power or high voltage. But it's always important to check and make sure and confirm, because sometimes disconnects, they fail. So let's take our meter here. We're going to set it to volts AC. And we are going to check to see if we have any high voltage. Should be around 240 volts. But as you can see, we have 0 volts. So that disconnect is working properly. I don't know if you can hear that buzzing, but that comes from this contactor. The contactor is pulled in, and that's because we have 24 volts on the coil of the contactor. And the 24 volts comes from inside your indoor air handling unit, from the transformer. And we can actually see that we have 24 volts on this contactor coil. I can do that here. Let's see. Sorry, it's hard to do this with one hand. See here. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time. Okay. All right, I've got it. There you can see we have about 26 volts, and that's on the coil. So whenever the coil is energized, an electromagnetic field is generated, and that electromagnetic field pulls in this plunger right here and closes the contacts and allows current to flow through and complete the circuit into the compressor. So that's how you do that. But let's move on to the capacitor here. So we are going to disconnect all of the wires, and then we will check it with our meter. This is the Klein tool bag. I know there are a lot of Veto lovers out there. I actually am myself. I actually love the brand Veto, but my bag was damaged and it's no longer usable, so I had to settle for the Klein, but eventually we'll get another one. Alright, so we're just going to disconnect here. I'm going to pull the wires off. Make sure you take a picture. Take a picture of where the wires go, just so that you know when you put the capacitor back, you can put the wires back in the correct spot. So I'm just gonna take that off. Set that aside. Alright, that wire I believe came from the compressor. This brown wire comes from our condensing fan motor. You can see it here. Just gonna work that off. Alright, now the wires in the back. This is it's called a dual run capacitor. It's for both the compressor and the condensing fan motor. So you have a terminal for the fan and a terminal for the compressor. And then the third terminal is just for, it's common. It's called common terminal. This one right here is for the compressor. It's labeled Herm. I'll try to show you guys. You can't really see it. I don't know if you can see that, but that's labeled Herm. And as you can see here, that's fan. Alright, so we're gonna finish taking off these wires. Alright, now what I'm doing here is just kind of dissipating the capacitor, making sure that all of the current or electricity that's stored in the capacitor has been dissipated. The capacitor is kind of like a battery that stores and releases energy. So this can shock you if you're not careful. If you were to touch this, and it does, if it is holding a charge and you were to touch it, if you were to touch these terminals, you could definitely get shocked. So it's important to take a screwdriver. I'm using my Kleins here just to lay it across the terminals to dissipate any electricity. Alright, so now that we've done that, so we're going to see what this capacitor is rated for. Capacitors are rated in what's called microfarads. Just gonna unscrew this here. I think we lost the screw. Here's our capacitor. Okay, as you can see, there's our MFD rating, microfarad. So this is a dual run capacitor, and the high number at the 45 is for the compressor, the 7.5 is for the fan. And that's plus or minus 5%. So what that means is these capacitors are they are only allowed to be a certain amount off from what is labeled here. So we're going to check with our meter. Alright, we're going to select microfarads here. Alright. Okay, so we're going to check the fan first. The way that we do this, there's C, our common terminal. This is fan. So the way we check a capacitor is we take our leads, we put one lead on common and the other on fan, like so. And let me just reset this. Sorry, my meter is, I need to change the battery for my meter. All right, so as you can see, we're 7.4. We are rated for 7.5, so that is, we're not exactly at 7.5, but we are within that 5% range. So this capacitor for the fan is good. Let's go ahead and check it for the compressor. We're gonna keep one lead on common, and then we're gonna move our other lead to compressor, or to the Herm terminal, as you can see there. And you can see we have 44.9. And again, we're rated for 45, so we are within range there. Pretty simple. That's pretty much it. That's how you properly check a capacitor. Yep, there you go, guys. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. But again, just make sure that you check for power. Make sure the power is off when you perform this procedure. And of course, always make sure that you dissipate the capacitor as well. Titan HDs are a pretty great brand. These hold up pretty well. Oftentimes what you'll see during the summertime especially is capacitors will swell up. They will kind of balloon, and right away you'll be able to tell that that capacitor is bad, it's no good. And I'll try to get footage of that so I can show you guys what that looks like. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the content, please subscribe, hit the like button and the notification bell. I will be uploading videos regularly on HVAC, anything HVAC related. And yeah, I'll have a lot more content coming, guys. So thanks again. We'll see you next time.